There will not be any part of the world in which the United States in the future does not take an interest.
The World Affairs Forum brought historian Paul Kennedy to discuss American policy in a world of flux for the Ambassadors' Roundtable discussion at the Stamford Yacht Club Wednesday morning. Kennedy is the professor and the director of international security studies at Yale and an author and editor of 19 books. He discussed how the shift in American policy around the world is similar to characters in a Shakespearean play, projecting his views on the past, present, and future of American policy. He says although the U.S. is increasingly becoming more involved with other countries, it's not always the first initiator in world affairs.
How do we carefully go to the policies which will recognize we have limitations without letting the whole balloon go up, without letting the world apple cart fall down? We're not irresponsible people. If we say we're moving, we recognize, to a multipolar world, we're moving where we are not, and we have to tell American people we agree we're not always moving first.
Guest and members tell us they believe with reforms to organizations like the UN, Americans are more capable of stepping up in world interest.
You know, U.S. is a giving country. We're trying to help people, trying to develop people. Obviously, we believe in Western ideas, and many fundamental Islamists don't. But I think that, some people are just more focused on self-interest. Some of our, competing countries are self-interest first. We generally have been very focused on the world interest and the global interest. So
there are a lot of people who want to put their head in the sand, who would like to break our obligations to organizations like the UN. It's not possible. I think we have to redouble our efforts to be engaged in geopolitics as opposed to putting our head down and ducking for cover.
Here's 3 reasons why we have to argue the case, not for dumping the United Nations in the dustbin of history, but we've got to argue intelligent reforms to the United Nations and argue the case as to why we cannot leave it, why we cannot walk away from it.
In Stamford, Priscilla Lombardi, It'sRelevant.com.